Sagittarius. My name is Tanya and I'm going to be doing a month ahead tarot reading for you. I'm also going to pull an oracle card at the end and I'll read it intuitively, and then I'm going to read the full entry from the book. For that, I've been enjoying the descriptions in there and I just want to read it out loud. But first, let's get into the tarot and see what we have in the month ahead for Sagittarius. What is it that Sagittarius needs to know for January? Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the King of Chalices, the World, Temperance, and the Four of Pentacles. So I'm going to take a look at the overall cards here and see what pops up or out as an intuitive reading, and then we'll get into each of the cards individually. Right, I'm not supposed to hold back here. So what I'm feeling initially, because we're bookended by these pentacles, is that this may be related to a job change or financial circumstances changing. But something changing. It's like you're getting your own place for the first time, or this is a new job you're getting. But it is a change for sure. And you need to make sure that you're staying grounded and balanced as this is happening, because it can feel unsettling. Even though you may be very confident about you may feel confident about this change, it's still a big change. Okay, so let's get into these cards here. We're starting out here with the Knight of Pentacles. This is the slowest moving knight in the deck, so it's a very laid back, one plotting step at a time kind of energy. You may even feel like things are at a standstill. You may feel in some cases like you're stuck and like, come on already. This would just get a move on. But what the Knight of Pentacles, for me anyway, does is they have, I think of knights as someone who's just graduated college, so they have the learning, right? They know what they're supposed to do, but they don't have any actual experience. And the Knight of Pentacles goes about gaining that experience very deliberately, very planful. He will conduct a controlled experiment and then modify it, or try something else if that's not working. But he's going to do one piece at a time and find out what works. And he's going to find the best way for long-term growth, for his vision to get it done. So it leads to success. It's just that it feels like it's just taking forever. But it is a big success once it gets moving. So is this you or is this someone else in your life, is what I'm leaning into. I feel like it's you. So there's a change that you want to have happen. Maybe you just graduated from school or some program, or you've learned some new skills recently, but you don't have any experience to back them up or to put on your resume, if you will. But you do have a passion for pursuing it. And you have a plan, of course. Even if it's a loose one, you still, at the back of your mind, there's this plan brewing of the steps that you want to take to make it happen, or the ones that you want to try to move forward on this journey. Now we're coming up here too. We have the King of Pentacles. So I think this is someone who can help influence the outcome here. Maybe get your leg in the door at a company. It does feel like a fatherly type figure or a masculine figure. This is someone who is very confident about their emotions. So this is someone who's more of a nurturing energy, masculine but nurturing, encouraging, and again has complete and utter confidence in their emotions and their intuition. They just know things are going to work out. And they can tell you exactly what to do. And they can tell you how they feel about decisions you're making. And they may tell you whether you want to know or not. But they will give you their input about how they feel about things. They have no problem expressing their emotions in that way. Sometimes they could lean toward manipulative because they know how to tug on the emotions. But I don't feel like that's what's going on here. I feel like this is an encouragement and a leg up. So you may know somebody in the industry that you want to enter, or perhaps on the interview you guys connect emotionally. Even though you don't have the experience, they may have the intuition or the sense that you're just the right fit for the job. So be yourself as you're going through any interviews or as you're connecting with people on this opportunity, especially people that could influence the outcome of your goal here. Don't be afraid to get those emotional connections. And also use your intuition a bit too when you're meeting these people. And trust it. If something doesn't feel right, then go somewhere else. And then we have the World card. This is the last card in the Major Arcana. The last step before this is the step where the Fool goes out into the world. Takes all the knowledge that he's gained so far, the experiences they've had, the tools that they've collected along the way. And now they're stepping out into the world on their own and starting a new journey. A fresh new journey with everything that they know to this point. So this feels like you will get in somewhere. You will achieve your goal. If that is moving on somewhere, if it's a new job, a new career, whatever it is, it feels like you're going to make that leap and start anew, start fresh. And then we have the Temperance card. This is another Major Arcana card, and this is about, well, it's twofold. Finding balance. You don't want to go to extremes one way or another. So with this new job, you want to make sure you're sticking to at least your minimum hours that you've agreed to work, and you're there and you're showing up, and that you're not working overtime. You want to find that balance because you need the downtime in order to process, because this is all new for you, to process that stuff. You don't want to go out partying after work and then showing up hungover the next day and unable to absorb this new information, these new connections, this new opportunities that you have. So make sure that you're taking care of your body, of your mind, of your energy, and not going to extremes in any one area. This is a week you just want to focus on this goal and this new piece of your life, this new opportunity that you've stepped into. Now, this is also about alchemy, about transforming So a transformative experience. So as you have like that first week in this new process, there's other things that you're experiencing and learning that change you. Because there's this what is it? This growth and confidence, right? Because you did it. You reached the goal. So there's this little evolution or transformation within yourself. It's almost, for some of you, it almost feels like you matured overnight. It's like you have the, this might seem weird to say, but we're going with it because that's what the guides are giving me. It's like you have the big boy job now. It's something that's serious for you, that you feel like you're stepping more into adulthood, if you will. Stronger commitments. It's something that you enjoy doing, and you're serious about it. You're taking it seriously, whereas before you've never taken a job this seriously, or an opportunity like this seriously. It's always been kind of, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going out tonight, and we're just gonna, I'll come in and do my thing tomorrow, but I'm not going to be all in. I'm not going to be as intense on it. I'm not going to be committed to it. This is something you're committed to, which is new for you. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. So fours can be about stability, foundations. Pentacles, again, about work, abundance, home. So I feel like you may even start creating a budget based on your new source of income here, or your new home. So you are shifting and changing, and you may also have more coming in than you expected, or than you've ever had before coming in. So you're stopping to take time and budget and plan for the future. So it's opening up other possibilities for you. There may be benefits that are offered that you haven't had before, and this is the time where you're going through those packets and learning more about those and figuring out how you want to have your money invested, if there's a 401k offered, and things like that. But exploring the financial impacts to you as a result of this opportunity or this move that you've made. Because if it's new housing, maybe if you're moving from a roommate situation to your own place, there's budgeting around that. So allocating things properly to make sure you stay on top of things. So you also don't need to worry about that while you're focused on this other stuff. So maybe both things are going on for you. A new place and a new job. Interesting. Okay. And then on the back of the deck, we have the moon. So the moon is about things that are hidden, secrets, a surprise. I think there's something that comes up maybe when you're talking to this person or working with this person in some way, because it's also about our emotions, especially the moon. You learn something that obviously that you didn't know, that it just never occurred to you that was a thing, that it was a thing for you, that it was a block that you had. And it invites you to look into that. Why had you never considered that before? Why were you repressing that? Why were you holding back in some area? So it's like a personal revelation comes up throughout this. And it helps you lead your success in this taking the time to look at that and explore it and understand what's going on. I think it's also something, it could also be something that you learn about the potential change here that gives you a leg up on others that are vying for the same thing. So pay attention to the nuances and the little clues or synchronicities or things that might pop up. Pay attention if it occurs to you, oh, didn't I just see that? And then think about what that might mean. How does that roll into what's going on here? Because it has a role, it has a part to play. Okay, let's see what we have for the Oracle card for Sagittarius. Okay, we have the Hawthorn wand. So this one did come up for another reading. But what I'm getting right away is gifts. There's gifts ahead. Okay. So some of you may have an opportunity out of this to repay someone or to gift someone who has supported you or encouraged you in the past. You now have the opportunity to repay them in some small way or to give them a gift of something. This could literally just be a gift of time, especially if you've been in college up to now and maybe even doing a part-time job or we're just out with friends partying all the time, maybe working somewhere else. Now you have time to spend with these people that have supported you in the past and helped encourage you and get you to where you are now. Make sure you're spending some time and acknowledging that for yourself and for them. Okay, that's what came through for you, but let's see what we have in the book for the Hawthorn wand, which is Matlock's Hawthorn wand. Okay, and this is written or comes from the first person perspective of a magical hare that lives in Wandwood. So let's see what he has to say. Over the years, many folks have asked me about the choice of wood for my wand. Why hawthorn? Here's what happened. Many, many moons ago, when I was first starting my magical apprenticeship, Chatsworth, my master, took me deep into the heart of Wandwood, one spring morn up, and asked me to choose a tree. Not really knowing what to do, I pointed to the nearest one. At which point he laughed, telling me to choose a tree that speaks to me instead. In my usual clodabust way, and failing to understand the deeper significance, I replied that surely all of them could speak to me. Sighing, Chatsworth patiently led me through the woods, getting me to examine many trees, until I came upon a small hawthorn on a rocky outcrop. Don't get me wrong, she may have been short, but she looked at least a grillion moon turns old, with the kindest smile and quite the wisest eyes. A relief, as frankly I found many of the trees in Wandwood quite twizzly. Her name was Sona, and she asked me my name. We spoke for a long time, laughing as the spring breeze shook her branches and covered me in blossom. Sona, I knew in my hare's heart, was my tree. Next, under Chatsworth's careful supervision, I asked her if I could take a small twig to use as my very first wand. Very first job, real job. That's what I'm getting here. She nodded, proffering a branch. Ever since, I've always made time to visit Sona to catch up with all that's been happening in her part of the woods, in return telling her all the latest news and magical going-ons in the village. Often we can talk for hours, barely noticing the time, but I always leave with happiness in my heart. Over the years, I have learnt much about hawthorn. It is the tree of passion, of fertility, and much magic. I often use its blossom, leaves, and berries in my tinctures and potions. This ancient tree exudes happiness and joy, from clouds of creamy blossom in spring to fiery red berries in the autumn. To this very day, I still use hawthorn for my wands, always asking Sona politely whenever I need a new one, making sure never to take my Zastaculus friend for granted. For all of the trees in Wandwood, she is quite possibly my favorite, but that's probably a secret best kept between ourselves. Take care of your heart. Let the magical hawthorn show you the way. Feel her joy fill you and spread that joy to others. Share your successes with those who have supported you as you've risen to where you are now and gotten to the point that you're at now. Spread that joy. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.